What's going on YouTube? Ash here with another fragrance review from the house of Couer Perfumes. And the fragrance we're going to be talking about today is Couer de Dessert. I'm going to begin with the presentation here. This is kind of a simple but nice and effective presentation if you ask me. Alright, just the box looks like that. Alright, it's paper with a metal tin inside, opens like that, and this opens up and you get the fragrance sitting right there, and it just holds it into place. I love the aluminum or the metal here because it does keep the fragrance cooler. And then on the back, that, you know, these things actually pop out, so you can take this out, for example. So this is what it actually originally looks like. There was a card that came with it, I believe, on the inside of the box, which was this one. So this one actually is signed by Andy Couer, and this is Enjoy. I love that touch. Yeah, so that's the presentation, simple, to the point, but effective. And the paper just like keeps it from opening, so it's perfect. And then the bottle has the Couer logo, like pretty much almost all the Couer fragrances on the front there, the signature. I really like the bottle design, the pentagon, really cool. The cap's also really smart here because there's these two rubber rings around it, which really keep the cap more airtight when you have it on. And I think it also really helps to prevent leaking. Really great idea. The caps do fit on rather snug. I would just say that you probably don't want to pick them up too many times from the cap, and you might pull it and then the thing just, you know, comes off. That's the presentation. And then this one obviously does have the sticker right there with the name, and then there's the bottom. This is actually classified as an oriental woody fragrance. Coriander, cumin, patchouli, cedar wood, ambergris, and resins. This fragrance was released in 2016. The perfumer is Andy Couer. So basically very similar to the original L'air du Désert Marocain. It's got like the same DNA. I mean, they're very, very similar. This is a much more potent version of the original. This one is a parfum extrait compared to the original, which was an eau de toilette. I would say they both perform really well, but this one here, this is one of my strongest fragrances that I have in my collection. And it's classified according to Lucky Scent as unisex, as to where the L'air du Désert Marocain is slightly masculine leaning. Again, the smell is almost the same, but this one I feel like is a bit smoother and richer, like a little creamier. It's still got that dryness that the original does, but this one, it's like amped up but also softer. This is straight up a gem right here. This one, I'm actually surprised I don't hear more people talking about it, especially people who have tried the original. I actually have 5 bottles from Andy Couer, and I've tried almost everything that he has. I don't have the original. I have tried it. I got a sample from Lucky Scent of that one, and I finished that, and when I ordered this from Andy Couer, I got some free samples, so I chose L'air du Désert Marocain. Again, that one's amazing. I personally just prefer this one more, so I feel like I don't need the original if I have this one. Guys, I mean, if you tried the original, you have to try this. Like, both are worth having in your collection, definitely, but they're very, very, very similar. If you like your fragrances a little stronger, I would say this could replace that one. Definitely consider trying this out. This is the definition of what happens when you take a masterpiece and perfect it even more. I cannot say enough good things about this. It's got me some really, really nice compliments. This is a very distinctive scent. I'd say most people would prefer this as like an occasional use type thing. This is definitely a true piece of art. I feel that I don't need the original, although I probably will get it at some point just because of how much I love this brand, and honestly I wouldn't mind kind of alternating between the two and depending on the weather, etc. This one is just a bit denser and perhaps a little less smoky and slightly less rough. It still has a bit of a rough edge to it, but it's actually smoothed out. It's also a little bit creamy and definitely spicy. As far as the performance for this fragrance, I am pleased to tell you that this thing is amazing in performance. However, it's not extremely loud. It will push off your skin quite a bit for those first 2 or 3 hours. Afterwards, I would say it's going to start projecting probably about 2 to 3 feet still for another 2 or 3 hours. This has amazing lasting power. If you get this on your clothes, I've had clothes where I wash them and I can still smell this on them. The atomizer on this thing gives little tiny spurts. It's going to seem like you're getting nothing on you, but as soon as you breathe in after spraying this, you'll realize how strong this is. So anyways, this is a gem. You are missing out if you have not tried this. I personally think this is just drop dead gorgeous on a woman, and this is one of my absolute favorite fragrances. For that reason, I mean, I only wear this like maybe a few times a year or so. I've had this for about 3 years. Must try it. Easily a 10 out of 10, just on another level. This is what happens when you take a masterpiece and perfect it even more. That's what this is. Incredible. It's going to run you about $185 US. I know Lucky Scent has it. I actually got this directly from Andy Tower, and really glad that I did. I actually recommend you guys looking at his website if you were considering getting any Tower perfumes. Definitely consider just getting it straight from the source. You'll be glad you did. Again, I really appreciate the support, and thank you for your time. Feel free to like the video. If you think anyone could benefit from this, definitely feel free to share it, of course. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe if you want more future content like this. Much love. Talk to you later.